Hey, Troy. All right. Ooh, we are going to. So I'll give you a background here shortly. Let me know if you can hear and see me. That would be wonderful. Um, yeah. Oh, we got 5 in here, and only Troy exposing himself. All right. So, oh, we got? We got Ed Kirkpatrick. G'day, Dark Lord. What's going on, Alexander? Cynthia, Teresa. Hey, folks. Thanks for stopping by. I figured, what the heck, I'd be. Let me see if I can get this all in the shot here. So, needless to say, I think everybody that's in here kind of understands what's happening recently with, the potential food shortage. Well, I'm taking the bull by the horns, and I am. So please don't mind the mess. My lawn tractor's been out of commission. I just got it home. But so there's my little my lawn shed. And then right here is where the oh, what did Jane give me? Elderberries. I'm going to put an elderberry forest, and I'm just going to let it run. Obviously, I'm going to cut it down, but this is going to be my elderberry forest all in here. And then I'm going to start with the tree is going to go right there. And then it's going to go all the way out to the road. Obviously, oops. obviously this is, hey Dreamer, how are you? Um, this is a long-term commitment. It's not cheap. This tree right here, now I'm 6'3", so that shows you relatively how tall. That's about an 8-foot apple tree. And just give me a sec, the instructions just fell on the ground here. It was strongly recommended by my local nursery to go with combination apples. So instead of needing 2 apple trees to mate, I've got 1 apple tree with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different varieties of apples on this one tree. It's been grafted. So, needless to say, it's there's no fooling around whenever it comes to, you know, I don't think it's much of a surprise that the pollinators are going away. So with this tree, I got one of my beard hairs floating around the front of the camera. There we go. So it's not a surprise that the bees with all the pesticides are going away. So I'm going one step ahead. Even if I don't have a bee, this will still feed my family. So there's, my goodness. Like just so we're right square, that's what it cost me. 200 bucks. But again, it's $200 well spent, because for the next 30 years, if the bees go away, I can still feed my family. And I'm not one of these conspiracy theorists that, the world's ending and blah, blah, blah. No. Ah, oh, gracious. But I am a realist. And, I've got, what do I have in here? I have Honey Crisp. They're semi-dwarf. So instead of being the Honey Crisp, the great big apple, it's kind of like a Macintosh size. Then I've got a Gala apple. Never heard of it. So we'll see what comes. I don't know if there's any on the root. Yeah, see, I've got some that are gonna, like, this tree's full of apples already. So I am going to get apples yet this year, which is tremendous. So I've got Gala apples. I have Fuji apple. They say it's a light, airy apple. It's good for canning, and it's also good for canning, and also for small children. It's not hard to eat, or elderly people with dentures, you know, it's not hard for them to chomp down on this kind of apple. They're not going to break anything. And of course, I've got two trees that are my red Macintosh that I am able to make my honey or my apple butters, apple pies, applesauce. Apparently, I did see one of these trees in full. The I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that's actually Glenda's ringtone. Your sister calling you. Anyway, she's calling me, but oh well. If she wants me, she knows where I am. But I guarantee you, she's out unless it's raining in your part of the world. Um, so this one here is, I had to tie it up because it's got quite a branch on it, and I need it to be wholesome and hold itself up, just like a baby. Its head's a little floppy. So I guess I've procrastinated enough. Oh my goodness, this Honey Crisp apple, the semi-dwarf, it's full. It's full of apples. It seems to be in a clutter of 2, 4, 2, 4, clutters of 4. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 or 9 clusters of 4 apples per cluster. I'll take it. So I guess it's going to take me a while to, oh, here. There's all the apples and what they look like. They said that she can make applesauce out of everything. So I think it's tremendous. Again, I have 1 acre here. I've got, so from that, where are we? That tree right here to the telephone pole to my house is 1/2 acre. And there over here is 1/2 acre. So now I could go do whatever at the farm, but why not use this area I have here? You know, that way there, if there's ever a fire, natural disaster, contaminated land at the farm, we still have a stable food source at the house. So it's again, why not get her done? So I'm just gonna, let's see here what I can do. I think if I go this way, there, I'll be right back here. Oh, now I forgot to show you the best part. That is 8-year-old Highland cow manure and 50 pounds of russet potatoes that are going to go in the ground next weekend. And we will probably get 400 to 500 pounds of potatoes in the fall. And that's just for, hey, Karen, how you doing? Welcome. Um, I don't have to worry about it. That's for two families, Rob's and mine. So we have lots of potatoes. My garden is going crazy. Um, that's the only thing with living where we are. We have clay, and it sucks. It is what it is. Oh, and come on now, lift up your head. Ah, there we go. I have to apologize to those folks that were waiting for me to come live last night. But unfortunately, I couldn't. I just had my phone and, well, let's just put it this. I was dealing with the police until 12:30 last night. I went to one of our parks and I was looking around. And I'm like, what in God's name is that? There was a truck backed down into the water. So I'm like, that doesn't take anybody with a brain to back their vehicle into the water of a river. So, needless to say, I phoned the police. She came racing up on me and she's like, "Do you have a problem with me?" I said, "Matter of fact, ma'am, I do." Just a drunk teenager. She got within 15 feet of me and I could smell the alcohol. I said, "My first issue with you, you're drunk behind the wheel. My second issue is the park's closed and you're in the park." She's like, "So are you." I'm like, "I make the rules. I'm allowed to be in the park." "Oh, you look at you there, Mr. Hot Guy." So, needless to say, she's like, "Catch me if you can." And she spun out. Well, I ain't getting in no police chase or in no high speed pursuit. Um, Number one, if I wreck my truck, it's on me. Number two, if I kill somebody, it's on me. So I called the police, gave them directions. I don't think they ever did find her, but I do believe I know her dad. I'm going to go have a little chat with him tomorrow after church. and we'll just say g'day. And this is warning 1, 2, and 3. Number 4, she's not going to like the outcome. And I had somebody come up to me and give me one of my football players as one of the potential kids that are wrecking the park. And I was talking to the police dispatcher last night, and nice lady. And I said, the one name that I've been given, I said, I'm not going to give it to you. I said, I'm going to deal with it myself. And she's like, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I coached him for 3 years. So I said, if I find out it's him, I said, what we're going to do push-ups and sit-ups until the police get there. And after the police get there and arrest him, he's going to run to the police station. I'm going to make him beg and plead, and I'm going to make him run some more. She's like, thank God I never played football for you. She said, matter of fact, thank goodness my son doesn't play for you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but if you can't respect other people's property, yeah, I'm going to take it out on you. She's like, you're evil, but I love it. Anyways, hey, Joe, how you doing, buddy? We're, for those people that came in and lurking, we're starting our food forest. So if everything goes to hell in a handbasket, I'm still going to be able to feed my family fruit. Obviously, I'll have vegetables. I've got 2, 4, 6, 7. Sorry, guys, we overheated. And thank you, Joe. Holy moly, 8 months. I know. So I'm going to actually leave you guys in, believe it or not, look it, I'm in a t-shirt. Vineyard Chicks. So my chickadees are helping me through ESP. So I'm going to leave you guys. There we go. I'm going to leave you guys over here in the shade. Huh. There we go. So you guys are, yeah, no, you're not frozen. It shut down. So I'm just going to go ahead and dig away here. You guys can watch and I'll pop over every now and again. And Xander, if you're here, you can let everybody know what I'm doing. Yeah, and we'll go from there. I won't be too far. I'll just be over here. Yeah, not a problem, buddy. Everybody can watch. I put in the thing what I'm doing. Oh, just give me 1 sec. I just got to do this, do that. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Okay, nobody's in the basement. You can hear me. You can see me. There. Now it should be. Yeah. No, Jen. it's trying to pick up Wi-Fi from the house, and I've got a cell tower. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. So it was fighting between the two to see which one was stronger. So I just went straight out to the cell tower. And unfortunately, this is going to kill me. With missing 3 parts of my spine, it takes me a while to get things done. But slow and sure gets things done. Yeah. Yeah, I won't be able to leave bed tomorrow. I'll be I've I'm fully loaded on morphine right now. And you know, I'm constantly fighting with the insurance company. Oh, well, you can go back to work. Really? Have you got us somewhere that I can work for 5 minutes, take a 20-minute break, and vice versa? and pay me 6 figures. Count me in. Now, yeah, I think if I go around in circles. water and clay makes it easier to dig. Ah, let me get a drink. Whew. Got my drink right here. Hey, Linda. So, needless to say, um, there we go. Whew. It's 30, 69, about 95 right now. So, definitely hydration is a major thing. Uh, give me a minute here. Next time, ask them what places want people working. Oh, all that it is a money grab. That's all I can say. They have no inkling. But every time I go to get a paper filled by a doctor is $100. And all that it is less than 10 minutes. And my GP, she worked for one of these insurance companies. So she knows the trigger words to use. It's honestly, it's a farce. And like I said, it's not right that I have to pay twice a year. So $400 a year because I'm on two different insurances. One through the government and one through LTD. And they think it's funny. Well, they don't think it's funny, but doctors don't pay for it anymore. You have to give them the cash And that's $100 cash. So God only knows how much they're claiming. Yeah. It just, what do you do? There's nothing I can do. So $400 a year. I might as well just take $400, go to the bank, take $400 out and throw it in the wind. Because that's all it is. But it's a game, because if I don't throw that $400 in the air and they cancel my insurance and LTD, guess what? Then I'm in real trouble. As it is, I don't know how one can, without getting too in depth, we'll just use 6 figures. Now they want me to live on 50% of that. Makes sense, doesn't it? And if I go to try to improve for my family, oh, there we go. If I was to go, and I'm okay with the township and being a counselor, because I was a counselor before I went on LTD. But if I hadn't, I would not be allowed. Although it's something that I can help improve my family. And trust me, it's not a whole lot of money being a counselor in Canada. You're looking under 20 grand. And now, the only thing that's a godsend for me, I can do most of it laying in my bed, except for meetings. But our meetings up till this term were 30 minutes. It took me longer to drive up than what it did for the meeting. Anyways, this time it's a little bit longer and there's a little more issues, but still not near. Hey, Air, not near. But, whenever the extra that I've had to put on Debbie breaks my heart. As it is, she has her own health issues, plus my health issues. And, I'd love nothing more than to be able to take her on 2 trips a year so that she could just relax and, can't do it because the old government and the LTD people went, nope, you ain't going to have 6 figures anymore. You're going half of 5 figures. You're cut in half. And I know it's a blessing that I was able to make 6 figures, but it was hard on my body to make that 6 figures too. I'm a big proponent. Life's about changes or choices. And thank goodness I made the choice to work my backside off while I was still younger. And we were such blessed parents to have three amazing kids, and they we were fortunate enough we were able to raise our own kids. They didn't have to go to daycare. Now, was that hard? I didn't see my wife. I'd see my wife. Sorry guys, I'm sweating in my eyes. It's il fait chaud is what they say in French. It's hot. Um, it is what it is. But we were fortunate enough that we were able to raise our own children. They didn't have to go to any box store. And don't look down to the parents that have to do, especially our kids. If they don't have two full-time jobs, they're done. They're done. How are they supposed to feed their family? And it's a huge decision for mom and dads of today. What do they do? Because daycare costs so much money. But that extra $100 a week is needed to help run the household. I don't know what it's like down there, but I know up here it's tough. It's a tough game. Uh, 56 here. What did you mean, Jen? Oh, that's what my wife does, Jennifer. She's an X-ray technologist. She's worked. She's done everything except MRI. That's what Debbie does. And all I can say is thank the good Lord. She makes what she does, because we would have lost our house. Hey, Nisi, how are you doing? Or shall I say, Nisi, the crocheting crazy girl. Oh my good, Nisi. You've just been going crazy. Yeah, there you go, Nisi. Had to go back to work. And thankful that you got a job. It's 32 hours a week. Yeah. It's just, you know, we're getting to a point in our life that we're supposed to be starting to slow down. But that's I know here it's near impossible. People are having to work till they're 70 years old. And that's not right. Now, again, remember I said not that long ago, life is about choices. And I'm a big proponent of putting money away. Good, bad, indifferent. Everybody, you can ask a million people, you're going to get 2 million different answers. But if you didn't put away, all I can say is you're in trouble, because it is so it's sad. Well, as you know, I'm sure it's down there, same as what it is up here. There's no Walmart greeters. They're actually having to stock shelves. So I don't think I'm being rude whenever I say the folks, elderly folks that were the Walmart greeters and stuff like that. I honestly, you know, they served a position within a company that, was welcoming. Well, that's gone to the wayside. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Nisi. Slow down. What's that? And, I have friends, and it's kind of it's a pretentious subject with me. Is I have friends and they're like, oh, I wish we didn't have to go to work. And then I'm sitting there going, I wish I could work. Like, I was put, I was medically retired at the age of 43. Yes, I was medically retired at the age of 43. It it's hard. It's really hard. And, my friends that are like, I wish that, I was like you. And I'm like, it's funny. I wish I was like you and I was able to go to work. But unfortunately, God had different plans for me. Now, do I begrudge? No. I was able to spend 6 years help guide young men in football. I've helped, and it took me a while to actually wrap my head around it, but I've helped guide in between 1,500 and 2,000 young men and women. I did coach soccer, basketball, but primarily young men. And I'm pretty proud that, to my knowledge, I've only ever lost one child that went down the wrong path. All the rest I was able to keep on the right side. That's pretty good. It's hard. I have to work so many hours. I did that for 2.5 years, almost killed myself. I was a workaholic, Linda. And I look back and in the long run, it was a unforeseen blessing because I was able to figure stuff out financially. Am I regretting that I was a workaholic? Yes. Whenever your child looks at you and looks at your wife and you're gone over the road for 6 to 8 weeks at a time, and your son looks at your wife and said, does daddy still live here? That's one thing I will never forget. And from then on, I started cutting back Within 2 years of that, actually, the turning point was I wasn't even supposed to be there, but I had delivered paper near Joe's house, Garden State Gardener. Obviously, had no idea who Joe was back then, but come to find out, I delivered paper near Joe's house, and I was picking up orange juice from Tropicana to come back up north into Canada with a load full of concentrated orange juice. And I had a 45 pointed in my face at a stop sign. I had a choice to make in 2.5 seconds. Do I give up or do I fight? I'm still here today. I don't know about the other guy. All that I know is the last thing I saw was his head bouncing off a telephone pole. Got to do what you got to do. I had 3 babies at home. And I was already rolling, and there was street lights or the stoplights. And then right behind it was a wooden telephone pole. And he was hanging off the side of my truck. And he had a 45 pointed right there. Was it loaded? Don't know. Was he of right mind to pull the trigger? Don't know. But it was a family friend of mine got himself into trouble in New Jersey. He hit a low bridge and totaled his truck. And they sent me in to get him. And it was Elizabethtown, New Jersey in 2006. Still a tough one to swallow. But the good Lord put me in a situation where I had a decision that I don't wish on my worst enemy. That they have to choose between their life, somebody else's life. But again, it was a pretty easy choice after I had time to think about what happened. But I was shaking this bad, trying to get to Ryan to get him the hell out of New Jersey. And don't get me wrong, I think New Jersey is probably one of the most beautiful states I've ever been in. It is just so well manicured. There's beautiful wildflowers in the median side of the road. Honestly, for being such a hellhole, Elizabethtown, you get 10 minutes outside of that city and you're back into paradise. I absolutely, Linda. And you know what? If Joe was to ever give me a shout. Hey, come on down. Let's watch a football game. Let's go to the Rutgers game. Boom. I'd be down there in a heartbeat. Lila, everybody that sent me a message last night is in. I'm friends with my banker, our general manager of the bank. I sent her a message during my live last night saying, how long is this going to take me to get my US account up and going? She said, not that long. She said, by the end of the week, I'll have my US account ready to go. So, thanks, Lila. I needed you to change the subject. That was awesome. Right now, if you were to send me the money, you'd also have to send me about $75 more for exchanges. And so I'm not doing that to anybody. Just all that you, there's a new thing that's being offered through CIBC, which is my Canadian bank. And it's actually a blessing for Canadians because I can put my American money in there and it stays in American funds. So it really, really, really sucked that, well, during the let's just say during the pandemic, we paid for, I think I had booked 3 trips throughout the pandemic. Actually, 1 before, 2 during, but it ended up that I got refunded the money. I lost $600 on every trip because of the dollar was here whenever I booked, and whenever they canceled it, the dollar was here. And of course, the bank takes a big chunk in exchange, which again is not fair. So it's all that you have to do now, once I'm good to go with this new account, is you either Zelle me the money straight to my account. There's no fees, no nothing. You Zelle me $200 US and I get $200 US into my account. There's no interest rates, there's no nothing. It's a wonderful thing that a lot of Canadian banks are starting to offer. That way there, it's not killing me with exchange rates and the bank taking money. It's actually a offer the bank has just started giving out, which I think is tremendous. That in the long run, it's going to save Canadians a lot of money. And let me premise that by saying Canadians that travel, that go down to the US, like people like Debbie and I, it's really going to help benefit us. That we're not going to have to pay exchange on our money. With my bank card, I will be able to pay US funds. I can get a credit card. I can get a credit card in US funds. I'm not going to, but I can. So my debit card is going to have Canadian saving or checking, savings, and US checking, which again, yay me. It's about time. And I've lobbied for this for years that, you know, it's not fair. We're being gouged. And my local branch agreed with me because they travel too. And they're like, "Yeah, you're 100% correct. Why do we have to pay all this extra money for nothing? Like all that it's doing is this multi-billion-dollar company is making yet another $1 billion off of travelers." No, don't do credit cards. I advocate for them to do away with them. I have one. They're so easy to get yourself into trouble with. I always kept it at a very low interest rate, or not interest rate, very low credit limit. That way, there, you pretty much need it if you're going to cruise. Now, with me saying that, you as an American, no, you don't. Because so, and I'll go over this. I'll do a story about this. I keep not overlooking. I just I have to remember that there is so many new folks that have never cruised before. So they need to know that there's like, if you want to go play bingo, they don't take cash on the ship except for tipping. Cash is not a thing on the ship. It is, I think they ask for $250 cash to go into your account. And then the last day of the cruise, they'll either refund it to your bank account that you have on file. So whichever way you've been paying your cruise, that will be your point of financing, I guess you'd call it. I just have my credit card. But again, you got to be careful. It's very, very easy to get yourself in trouble. You want to see some of the diamonds. The tennis bracelets, souvenirs. We'll just charge it to your room, Lila. Don't worry about it, Lila. We're just going to charge it to your room. And it's not because it's NCL. It's what's done in the industry. They don't want people carrying around cash. So your little card that you're going to get on embarkment Um, I think mine's in my nightstand. Remind me on Thursday, Lila, to show you what a card looks like. And if I don't have it Thursday, I'll make sure I have it on Friday. I've never had a credit card or had a loan. Hey, good on you, Troy. Good on you. I wish I was able to say the same. Um, you know, we've got ourselves in a lot of trouble with credit cards. I'm just digging myself out again. They are very easy. And some people don't think, or they can't process that money. You put $1,000 on your credit card. $1,000 has got to be paid off in 15 days or 30 days. And like, nobody's giving you free money. I looked around today to see if I could find a money tree. They're all out of them, they said. So I tried to get myself a money tree, but I had to sit and I had to get myself an apple tree instead of a money tree. So, mm-mm. Nope. I'm going to go at round 2 here, Lila. I, with my spinal issues and missing 3 parts of my spine, I unfortunately can only do so much, and then I have to take a break. And even so, Karen, I don't know if I think you missed the introduction. So I bought a hybrid, which is there's 5 different types of apples on one tree. That way there, it that way there, I will always have apples. You don't need a pollinator for this tree. Here, it just takes me a while, guys. But again, I don't hide anything. I keep it real. It, you know, I do have some people that, oh, you're just lazy and blah 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 blah. You know what? I'd love for them to come follow me around, and I'll take and hit them on the back and the neck with a hammer every 20 minutes. And then we'll see what kind of how much they think I'm playing after that. So let me give you the tour, the 99-cent tour. So where the long grass is, that thing cost me $1,000 this spring to get it going again. And I'll fight with Cub Kid out over that. Not even broke in yet, still brand new. And then I'm on the hook for all the money. Like, no, there's something Anyways, so the long grass right here, it's going to be an elderberry field back here, because I was told elderberry likes predominantly sun. So this here will have, my food forest will have, this is the tree, and there's 5 different apples on it. So, and there's apples on it. So the stem itself is Macintosh. So I have this tied up because it's a thin branch and it needs to be held up. But so I've got Fuji apple are these ones here. I thought there was, oh, I must have lost a couple on the way home. Anyways, those are Fuji apples. And then I've got Honeycrisp semi-dwarf here and here. No, there is the red Macintosh, and the stem is red Macintosh. And then there's Gala apple. Anyways, there's 5 different apples on this tree. And the good thing, I don't need a pollinator. Don't know. I don't know the whole thing, why or how or who, or all I know is, so these here, that's the apples that are on this tree. It's called the Combo Apple Full Sun. And it will be 4.5 meters tall, 3.5 meters wide, and it will sustain up to, well, you can see it, minus 29 to 34 Celsius. So it's good for my end. So I'm going to put one here, one over there, and then I have all the way down to the road. So the entire field is going to be a food forest. And what I'm trying to do is, they're not GMOs. They are strictly they are I'm just trying to put you in the sun so I don't lose it again. Yeah, that's just what it is I gotta dig down now another foot and then put a whole bunch of Highland cow manure in, bone meal, and call your dad and uncle, and you're good to go. Now, let's see here. Absolutely, Linda. That's why I went, and that's why I spent the extra. Was it cheap? Heck no. But you know what? it was $60 more. $60 more for this tree than what it was for a normal apple tree that we would have had to buy two of. So that's why I'm doing this. Oh, we got the Hankster coming to check out my hole. I'll just turn you away because, what do you think, Hank? What do you think, buddy? Dad doing a good job? I have Hank doing an inspection. He's all about inspecting. He's making sure that I'm doing a good job. Hank, why don't you take and dig a bit for Dad? Hey? Hey, don't you pee on my tree, mister. Ooh, settle down there, Hammer. Works much better if I put some water in. I can dig a little bit deeper. Easier.
Hey, come on, bud. No, come around the back of Daddy. Come on.
Oh, he has no inkling that he's going with you.
No, come on, buddy. There's too much grass there for you to eat.
Okay, Hank, you gotta get out of here, dude.
Come on, buddy.
You're bugging me.
Come on, buddy. Let's go. Come on. Okay, let's go. Come on. Come on.
So apple orchards around here do red Macintosh and they do red Macintosh, red Delicious. I think primarily just those two they do around here. And so they said that oh yeah, you weren't here for that, Lila. They were saying that the Fiji one, it actually oh, what did they say? It's primarily best for kids and seniors. It's an airy apple. It's easier to eat. Is what they're saying those ones are. I don't know. I haven't even looked them up yet. Oh man. So sorry guys, Debbie doesn't like to be on film, so, or on video, so that's why I just turned it. Now, whoa, where'd you guys go? Get up here. Now, during the What have we got? Yeah, there we go. Like she's not going to hide in her room during the cruise, but she'd rather not, and that's totally fine. YouTube's my thing. She has to deal with people Monday to Friday. I'm not going to bother her about having to deal with people online as well. It's just one of those things that it makes things a lot easier in life. If she decides that she wants to be on film, and she has before, but that's up to her. That's not up to me. You know what I mean? And I was always like, oh, come on, come on, come on. And then, like she said, I have to deal with people 5, 6, 7 days a week. So I need a downtime. And I'm like, that makes 100% sense. So it is what it is. And my oldest, she doesn't care. She'll be online whenever. It doesn't bother her any. But my middle, that's not her thing. And believe it or not, it's never been Kyle's thing. He doesn't do, like, even Facebook. He's never done Facebook. Not his gig. Now, if I happen to accidentally take his picture, he's not going to freak. But excuse me. I'll come and read the chat here in a minute. Just let me and then what I'm going to have to do is Put some more water and we'll take a break. Let it oh, let's see what we got. Now, don't forget, somebody keep an eye. Hey, Joe, we're doing a food forest, my friend. Unfortunately, we have to do it at a slow pace. Ah, there we go. Now we got some more. Um, there's the hole. And again, whenever you're missing 3 sections of your spine, takes you a while. What do you say? So just let me finish getting this last little bit. I'll wet it down, soften up the clay again. I've got to really go down. I'm only supposed to go down about 5 inches farther than the bulb, but I need to go down farther than that. Even if I do get some shrinkage, because of the clay. And I've got to loosen up the clay so that I actually don't even think I'm going to need to go much further. So what have I got? So it goes to the top of there. Oh yeah. So I just have to clear it out. Put the old cow manure. Oh, you calling me Bubba? I'm gonna throw you off a ship. Just give me a minute. Actually, what I'll do is okay. Okay, now I'm not sure why. Why is this not? Um, yeah, it says 5 inches, Lila. Um, but I'm not using soil. I'm using a mix of peat moss, I'll be using peat moss. Okay, so I think it's this one, right? No, not that one. Ah, there we go. I'm seasick. Oh, suck it up. What are you talking about? There's lots of sound. There's lots of sound. Okay. Oh, I was going to wear it as a bow tie. So, again, this is the apples that will be on my combo apple tree. Well, I'm thinking she was in the Navy, so if she's seasick, she's got issues. That's all I gotta say. There we go. Mr. Combo Apple, absolutely. And then they give you this planting trees. So although it contradicts itself, and I'm not sure why, but it does. Um, yeah, it says to plant it in the plastic container. I'm like, no, I'm not planting a plastic container in the ground. Like, and I know they're given these things, but honestly, I have issues with whenever it contradicts itself. Like, one, it says 5 inches of um 5 inches of sandy soil. And then it says 3 inches of topsoil. No sandy soil. And then it says get a burlap bag and plant it in a burlap bag. It's like, well, if it came in a burlap bag, I would, but I'm not going out to buy a burlap bag. No, 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 no. Oh, absolutely. If it's a weed beer, if it comes with it, Lila, but I'm not going out to buy a burlap bag to plant it. That doesn't make sense. That makes 0 sense. So I'm like, no. And then it wants you to go ahead and start mixing your own soil. And I read it over quickly at the nursery and I looked at the lady. It's the sister of the owner. And I'm like, yeah, no. She's like, well, do this, do that, do this, do that. I said, do you have a bag of bone meal? Yeah. I said, that's all I want. Well, I guess, how many bags of manure do you want? I said, how many can I sell you? She looked at me and I'm like, I said, I had I said, whenever I started this process this spring, I had half a truckload in the back of my truck. So if you'd like me to sell you some, I can. But I said, I guarantee your poo isn't as good as my poo. Oh, well, ours is. And I'm like, is it yours? No. So then you don't know what the animal has eaten, have you? Well, hey, I'm like, you have no idea what the animal's eaten, correct? She's like, I understand. I'm like, thank you. I said, I can tell you what's in the poo. She's like, all right then. So you don't need any. I said, no. All right, Lila, you go. Don't forget about Jesse and Lisa. 5 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. No, I said that backwards. 5 Central, 6 Eastern. And they will be on. They will probably have something to give away. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, I think so. And they've been busy, I'll put it that way. Because he has not been on all afternoon. Yes, 5 Central, 6 Eastern. Or 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Johnny time, 6 p.m. Joey time. That's all you need to know. Okay, Karen, have a blessed night. We'll probably see you over at the lazy days ahead. Just saying. We'll probably see you over there. And I must have missed my invite for dinner, Karen. Damn postal service. Just saying. No, Lila. Let people be late. You not see what I'm doing here? The later the folks are, the better chance I have at winning the early bird. Ooh, munching on some pizza. Nice. I don't know what we're going to do. Probably. So there's this one there's this one pizzeria in Ottawa to die for. Well, they came to Arnprior. So I'm like, yes. Debbie's like, do you want to order one? That was last night. I'm like, hell to the yes. We ordered it. It was cold and it was frozen dough. It wasn't even real dough. I'm like, oh, man. I was heartbroken. And they charge you an arm and a leg and your firstborn for one of their pizzas. And then you get this horrible, horrible, I can't even call it pizza. It was that bad. Jesse and Lisa have been having power outage issues. Yeah, I think last time I checked, he said they were good to go, Troy. Because I told him I'd log on if he wanted me to and just sit in the background and keep it going. But there's been no issues. He hasn't told me to get ready, so let's just say hopefully he doesn't call at the last minute. Because I'll be, oh. There we go. Now I got a phone call. So, anyways, I'm going to have, I'm going to cancel out of here because Jesse and Lisa go live within an hour. So it's just easier for me, give everybody time, go grab something to eat, go to the bathroom, grab a beverage, and so long as you're not here, I'll work. I won't chat. So I think it's just going to be a lot easier if I say sayonara. And all right, Cynthia, you take care. And yes, we'll see you over at Jesse and Lisa's. I know. You are such a tremendous blessing to so many people over here. And I need to get your address so that I can send you some stickers and stuff like that. So shoot me your address. It will be coming. Oh, where are we? Oh no. Well, let me go this and let me go there. Go ahead and write that down, ramblingwiththebrooms@gmail.com. Shoot me your address and I will send you a bunch of stickers. I'll send you some Canada stuff. Yeah, just to say thank you for being awesome. Alrighty. So, again, I appreciate you guys for helping me get this tree together. And I want to get it in the ground, get the poo around it, get some bone meal in there. And I might even have a chance to have a shower before Jesse and Lisa go live. Because Lord knows I need one for being out here. It's almost 100. So, again, I'm getting far too old to be out here in this heat digging. So, again, bless you all. And we will see you within an hour over at Jesse and Lisa's. Alrighty? Doodles, guys.